to another episode of a series of wonderful things. We are here to celebrate marvelous and amazing humans who are working hard to let go to life and live their spiritual journey out loud for everyone to see. Today, we're joined by energy empath, Reiki and massage practitioner, Jessika Lizzett. She's a brand new partner to Bowtie Fitness in Fairfax, Virginia.
Yeah.
And Jessika is bringing her knowledge and instincts for healing to a whole new level as the main practitioner for their healing and recovery services at Bowtie, which is really awesome. And she's a soul family propagator, a divine feminine sage. She's knocking down walls and letting go into beautiful doorways. She even knows how to dance her ass off. The magnificent and amazing Jessika with a K, Lizzett. Welcome, Jessika. I was like trying to think of like the theme.
I think I've ever had in my life.
All right, that's the point, right? I was like, I need to like get my guitar and be like.
We have a ukulele.
Wow, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. We've been trying to do this for a couple of weeks now, and finally it's panning out.
Really. Oh
Good.
My gosh.
Yeah. How are you feeling today?
Good. Nervous. Excited.
Nervous. Okay. No worries. Well, yeah, I know, right? It's happening. So, okay, let's jump in. Like, you're a brand new partner of Bowtie Fitness, right? So tell us about your services and like the focus, and how did that whole opportunity come about for you?
So it's funny. So right now we're only introducing like introductory massage. It's all sports massage and different types of modalities in one. Because when you go in for a massage, it's literally just simple, like 1 to 2 techniques maybe. But like I'm trying to do like lymphatic drainage, trigger point therapy, myofascial release, all in one, stretching, like all in one in the introductory to kind of show people that massage isn't just a luxury. Like it's almost a necessity, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
You go to the doctor and they're only gonna prescribe you what?
Yeah.
So it's like if you're looking for a holistic approach, I'm your girl.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. Did you? So did you? I know you've wanted to do that for a while. Like you've wanted to do these things. You were practicing here in Florida for a little bit and kind of like getting into these modalities. But how did that focus really crystallize for you? And then how did Bowtie and you connect?
So it's funny story. Like I actually worked with Brian, who is the CEO of Bowtie. I worked with Brian a long time ago when I was like early 20s, I think. At Export Fitness. We were all working at the gym together, and I didn't know about him too much, but I did know another trainer that he works with right now, and that trainer reached out to me several times. It's funny. Probably a month after I had moved to Virginia, and he was like, hey, like, if you want to do your own thing, I know a place. I know somebody who can like get you involved. I'm just like, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do all that.
Not quite there yet. Yeah.
Let me like let other people do this for me. But then that like, it was just a blockage around that time. Like I just didn't see that I was putting in the wrong. I can't say that.
Like that you were capable. Like you didn't see that you were capable of that yet.
My biggest thing, Brad, for a very long time is that I was really afraid of my own success.
Oh my gosh.
That was my thing. I know that the moment I get going and do something, I am relentless. I'm on fire. I have this ambition, this creativity. I put all into what I do.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I honestly, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this. I honestly have stopped myself to kind of let people catch up so that way I don't move forward without them. But that's the beauty in it. Some people sometimes don't. Sometimes people can't go in a certain journey with you.
It's just not their,
it's not their journey.
Yeah, all our paths are very unique and unique to us and our conditions. And I used to, it's funny, I used to like see that as a bad thing, but nowadays I realize that like I am just as limited to someone else as some others are to me. Like there's so many stories happening all the time, and we're all like, you know, the one thing that's really true among everything else, and people can certainly see that here with you, is that we're all different shades of wonderful. And I think that's, you know what I mean? That's the real beauty of it. When you start to discover that, right? And you're like, hey, I can like be a partner at this company, and I can do this stuff. Like you posted a video yesterday, I think, with the, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah,
I call it the gun. What is it?
It's called the Hypervolt system, but it is a percussion gun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that looked
awesome.
Amazing, and it looked like it would just like eat my back up. You know, like it's so good. Like that's cool. Wow. So okay, so you've connected with Bowtie. Y'all are kind of getting the kind of healing and recovery services thing happening. We're seeing that built into the website a lot more, which is, I think, bowtiefitness.com, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So for those of you that haven't checked that out, if you're in the Fairfax area, Virginia, definitely like go check that out. And we'll put some information in the description below to kind of like help people find that. So, okay, so I want to turn a little bit, because I know that you've been going through this like amazing process, and this is really, Bowtie Fitness has been kind of like the thing that came out of all this transition for you. But you know, like you've been through a lot spiritually, energetically in the last few years. So like, how have you grown? Like, what are some ways, or some of the bigger factors maybe that you would describe that you've grown, you know, and like knowing that we don't have 5 hours to talk about, because I know we could.
Woo, okay. Where can I start? I think the biggest thing in this whole entire journey, my whole entire journey revolves around so much unconditional love. Okay, so going back to like my roots, my family, like that was the biggest impact on everything, because you know, going to Florida, I didn't realize not only was I literally running away from home in a big sense, but also running away from my biggest blessing. You know, it's a big impact coming back home. Like 5 months of just being home. Yeah. Being home has felt like everything I've gone through in the past 5 years. Wow. I've gained so much, lost so much. I've had to set so much strong boundaries for myself. I had to reaffirm and reassure myself that I want certain things. I want marriage. I want kids. I want a home. I want my family. I want my own business. I want strong and foundational relationships. I want, you know, like a back and forth, a give and take to my relationships. Like, it's like that has been like the biggest impact. I want to be more spiritually attuned. I want to be a badass in business. Like, right. And going back to, because you were in Florida for a little while, but then it's like I knew you a little bit, like just like the last year, I guess, right? And almost not even a full year, and you know, immediately I think you were talking about transitioning back home. You were talking about waking up to the things that you need to kind of like quote unquote deal with as you went back home. And from a third party standpoint, like I knew you were in the ring, like punching back on those parts of you, of all of us, right, that are kind of like the inauthentic parts, the parts that are trying to convince you that like you don't deserve to be happy, you don't deserve to be completely open and you know, with who you are. Do you feel like the move back like really catalyzed all that, like really brought it out to the surface for you? Moving back has made me realize, not only from all that battling and all that shedding that was happening in Florida, but to even deeper battles and even deeper sheddings from when I've come back. So like, it has been a surreal, like a light bulb in my head, because it wasn't just, you know, Like I said,
Wow.
it wasn't just like being held back in Florida too from wanting to come back home. Things were easy in Florida. But when I came back here, it was like now I'm starting to realize that all the dreams that I've had when I was younger, so many people have stopped me from that too.
Mm,
Kind of like how
You've
it was.
allowed them too, as well,
Yeah,
right?
and I've allowed
Yeah.
them. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely right. I did.
Right.
Like
Right.
I've let a lot of people walk all over me. I really
Mm,
did, and
wow.
no, no
Yeah.
more. No,
Wow. That, that I bet that really resonates with a lot of people. I feel like, the process of kind of like becoming aware that you've left some things on the table that are really right, like core to who you are. Like you start waking up to them and you're like, why, I know this about myself. Why is it not a part of my life? And then you look back and you're like, oh, I set it down. I set it down, or I let someone convince me to set it down, or I convinced myself to set it down, And I know for everybody going through that particular transition, which is, I think a very shared human transition, right? There are feelings of worthiness that come up, right? Like, do I deserve, like internally, it's like, do I deserve, am I really this, okay? Like, am I really this awesome? Like, can I really, like, cause it feels like this exercise in ego, right? It feels like, yeah. And you've really, I think what I've seen too in the last, almost a year is that I feel like when you and I've talked about this before, that you've stepped into kind of like your sovereignty a little bit more. In other words, those gifts and kind of like beautiful aspects of you that make you unique, that make you kind of like the Jessika unicorn, thing. And, I felt that too, as well, is that you have stepped up into that and chose that. And that kind of really is like about authenticity, right?
Yeah, because Brad, like, am I really gonna continue to fight who I really am?
Right.
Like it was a struggle. Like I want to be, I need to be 100% myself at all times, every single day. Because how am I going to bring the people who are meant to be in my life forward to be with me? It makes
Wow.
absolutely no sense. You put out 100% into the universe, you get back 100% from the universe.
Wow.
Like that's the exchange. That's how it's always gonna be. And like I refuse to allow myself to be 30%, 20%, 10%. I refuse to not allow myself to be my authentic self. Like I am extra. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna continue to be extra.
Yeah, and the world will be extra for it. I think that's I think that's so okay. So here's interesting. So right, I think that's really, really powerful. What you just said. Choosing, I have to be 100% of myself, and like if I'm leaving any bits, like core bits of myself on the table, I'm not gonna show up in like the best possible way for
Exactly.
the rest of the world, right? So how does that change the way you interact and see others now?
Honestly, I know that if I'm myself, it gives people the chance to be vulnerable with me. Because it's like, there's not that many people nowadays that are allowing themselves to be vulnerable. I see that in so many people. Like there's not many people who want to be emotionally available also.
Yeah,
And
it's like, tough. It can be tough, right?
It's extremely tough, and they don't realize that they're doing it because of the traumas that they've gone through. And it's okay. It's normal. It's okay to go through that.
Totally.
But it's like if I can be the light in people's lives, all right, okay, that's totally fine. Okay, spirit, let me talk my talk. Like I got this. It's nothing. But I also need to reassure my boundaries. About who I am and what I believe in also, because of course there's going to be people in my life that are not going to believe in spiritualism. They're not going to believe in witchcraft. They're not going to believe in massage therapy or holistic healing or Reiki, frequency healing. Like they're not. Yeah. And it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. It's totally okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've always been amazed. Like, I think if I look back in the last few years of my life, like I've been amazed about a lot of things, but one of the things that I've always really been amazed at when I really land in that moment of knowing is that the universe, God, the spirit does not give up at all. And you know, it's like if she can't get to me over here through this person or through you know, this book or this movie or whatever, you know, is being sent my way, if I'm just like blah, 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 like totally oblivious, like there's like 10,000 other paths, other pieces already heading my way, you know, like already lined up. I call it the grand mechanism because I literally cannot even describe it. I don't think there's probably any calculus equation or like,
Probably not.
you know, they can capture it. It just feels like this, like, it feels like it's probably this huge, like, energetic machine with so many billions of gears and all this stuff, and it's perfect. It's just
It's like,
always lining up the best possible, you know.
have you ever read this book? Oh my gosh, it's like a huge clock. It's like a really old English clock back in London time. It's called Hugo. Hugo's.
Oh, I've seen the movie. I haven't read the book.
Yeah,
There's
like
a movie.
it literally, it's like that. That's what I got reminded of.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
haven't read that book in years.
Oh wow,
You
that's
don't
cool.
read it, you just go through the pictures.
Yeah, they made a pretty good movie out of that too, actually.
That's true. Yeah.
But you know, books are usually, well, you know, speaking of books, so is there anything on your shelf lately that you feel like has really just resonated with you in this time of transition, or that was integral in this transition for you?
Let me see. This is kind of embarrassing. Finding your soulmate through theta healing.
Oh yeah. Pilar
Yeah.
turned into that, didn't she? Yeah.
Let me see. I got it. Uh-oh. A rock fell. It's okay. So this book.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I've got that.
this has been the catalyst for sure. Like, there's been a lot of things in this book that have hit me hard.
Really? Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when, for example, I read in there that sometimes we manifest things over hard-headedness because we want it so bad, but then we're not ready for it. And it's like, you can't get mad because it's your fault.
Yeah, is that I think you sent me this one time, which was like this concept that, like, what if the person you're meant to be with, like, shows up, right? But you're not ready for them and they're not ready for you. Like, you really just, there's not a lot that
you
good
guys can go on.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times if you're not ready for someone and they're not ready for you, then all of a sudden now you're actually, like, triggering each other in ways that you were never meant to trigger this person, right? And vice versa.
Yep.
Yeah, that's huge. Wow. Well, okay. And then lastly, I think I do want to go back to the authenticity piece for a second, because I think a deeper question there is, when you encounter anybody really, what sense do you have that they are attempting to express themselves very, like, on a deeper, authentic level? I'm curious about this because there's so many beautiful, amazing people in the world. And, you know, a lot of times just making eye contact and smiling is a huge way to just kind of help people feel like, hey, I see you. I see what you're trying to do, kind of thing. But have you had any, like, what's been your experience with that? Just like meeting new people and kind of getting that sense of what they're about and where they are on their path.
So what it's funny, a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm actually pretty shy. But the thing is, I am very courageous. Like, I put myself out there. Like, I literally embarrass myself because it's the only way I can try to be my true authentic self.
Yeah.
And so, you know, in the beginning, but it's a bow tie is the best example. Like, the first day, like, I got in there, I was like, okay, like, I'm officially here. I'm coming here every single day. Cool. They're like, all these people, I got to talk to every single one of them. I'm afraid. Okay, whatever. So first day, felt out everyone's energy, kind of try to see what they're about, you know. And then the second day, it was like, okay, I'm used to this now. Hi, everybody.
Yeah,
so they responded to me with me being open. So as long as I'm open and, like, I'm not, like, closed out,
right,
people will then, respond to that energy. Like they will reciprocate it back.
Right.
So that's all it is. It's like, as long as I'm open, they will follow and they will reciprocate the same energy.
Yeah, absolutely. I've totally found that. I found out a while ago that like in the drive-through, for instance, right? Like if I'm getting like coffee or something like that, like, and I make direct eye contact with the person handing me my coffee and just smile, like, and I realized in the process of doing that, when I did that, I realized, okay, wait a minute, I don't do this all the time. Like a lot of times I just like grab my coffee and just drive off, and like I don't want to be that person. Like I want to make sure that, anybody that I interact with, at least I'm giving them, like I'm giving them the opportunity to connect with me and vice versa, because you never know who you're meeting.
Absolutely.
It's really like angels among us kind of thing, So yeah, I think the thing that stood out to me when we first met, which was, and I've never told this story really, but so I was getting a massage. I've had this like pain in my leg for quite a while, these like muscle kind of issues. And so I had gone to a couple different people at the place, and then I think I was on my second or third massage kind of thing over the course of a few months. And she comes in, and Jessika comes in, and she's like, "Hey, what do you want to work on today?" And I'm like, "Well, I do this stretch that I've got, which is stretches like your it's the IT band and the Proforma, I think.
Piriformis.
Piriformis, that's the one I always forget. And immediately Jessica's like, "Oh my God, like this is sports medicine," like she's like, I am all about sport. Like she starts like, it's obvious, like this wellspring of sports, like sports therapy energy is coming out of this woman. I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, yeah, well, that's exactly what I need. And she's like, okay, great. Like jump on the table. Like, let's go,
Exactly what to do.
So like, I like literally like, I think you did things to my legs that I was like, what is and I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking, because we were talking about like energy in the body and stuff like that. And there was a moment where when you started to like get into these like knots that I had and kind of loosen up some of this stuff that was happening, like I would just like stop mid sentence and be like, like So all those coming to visit Bowtie, like I am a perfect testimonial. Like Jessika is unbelievably well and gifted at this stuff. It is really impressive, and give her a shot. It's so worth it. I'm really excited for you, by the way. I think new beginning, this is so cool that this is happening. How are you feeling about all this?
Just honestly really emotional about it all, because I'm actually this is my dream. This is my dream. I've always wanted to work with professionals, sports medicine, sports massage, all of this, everything that I'm doing in general. This is my dream.
Absolutely. Yay. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh. Well, is there any before I close out, is there any like words of wisdom, whether it's like from any topic we discussed or things we haven't, as someone, as who you are, starting a business, and where you've gone on your path, like is there anything that you would say to like maybe somebody who is you from 5 years ago, or anything like that you would leave people with?
Don't let anybody stop you from your dreams. When they say that, just keep going. Go after what you want to do. There's been several people who have told me, "Oh, you're tiny. You can't massage big bodybuilders." Look at me now. I got elbows for days. So
that's right. Like I think you should brand your elbows like on the Bowtie site, like it's like
register my whole arm.
Yeah, it's like these are dragon elbows, man. Like don't even you can have a theme song for them. You name them, it'll be beautiful.
It'll be Dragon Ball Z.
Right. Right. Exactly. I can see that. That would be a great promo video for you guys. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Well. Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh my gosh, I'm glad that we pushed through all of the technical difficulties to make it beautiful. And for those of you listening, ladies and gentlemen, that's our episode for today. Make sure to check out the links for Bowtie Fitness and all things Jessika in the description, and reach out to her and say hello. She's amazing. You will love her to death.
I'm open.
She's very open. And just a reminder, my new song, Wonderful Things, is out on all the streaming platforms. And our future selves always need reminders of how amazing we truly are. You know, we forget that all the time, right? Like every day, sometimes, every week. So every time you run into adversity, like you need that boost. You need somebody around you. You need something in your life that's reminding you that you're a badass and you can do this, right? So that's what Wonderful Things, that's why that song exists, is to remind you of that. So thank you for being amazing, and thank you for listening. And yeah, we'll see you next time on episode 3, which we'll see whatever amazing other person comes up for us. All right. Thanks, Jess.
You